Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing part 2 of this video series, doing a Mondo Llama exclusive Target edition crochet tote. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So in part 1, we did the granny square. As you can see, this is made up of a lot, 13 exactly, granny squares that are crocheted together. So in the last video, I showed you how to make one, and then off camera, I made the remaining 12. So I have my 12 squares, and we're gonna put this together, and I'm thinking that maybe we will need help putting this together. So opening the booklet here, we went through a lot of pages with these instructions and going through the basics. We didn't really go through the basics, I just showed you how to do stuff. You can read that on your own time, but yeah, we went through all the rows of the granny square, and then we hit this part right here. It's called stitching together. We've got some black lines, red lines, blue lines, and there's some arrows pointing to the fact that whatever's black you are going to crochet together, and then the red you're going to crochet with the red, the blue you're going to crochet with the blue. Join your squares together in a pattern above. See black lines using single crochet stitches on the wrong side of the squares. Next, join the squares with marked with red lines together and then blue lines. So first we're going to do black. Let's just look ahead and see what we got here. Finish top edge, weave in ends, adding handles. Now when you're a beginner, you don't think of planning a way to where you can do this to where you don't have to, like if you do this first, you're going to hit a corner, you're going to have to cut the yarn, weave it in, and then start somewhere else. What I can say, maybe take the longest route before having to cut yarn, because the less time you cut yarn, the less times you're going to have to weave in the extra tails, and in that case you would be able to have a nice cleaner look. And we are doing this on the wrong side, so as you see here I do have tails, but I can trim them off because I did show you guys how to crochet them together. But yeah, when it comes to crocheting the squares, for me, I would try to plan the longest path to completing this. So what we can do is, you don't want to end at an end because it will, let me show you, it will like show. I mean, of course we're doing edging, so you could potentially hide it. But heck, if you can cause any less of an opportunity for knots to come out and show in the front, do it. So I'm thinking maybe we do like a start maybe here, or maybe, okay, so I think either way you'd end up with a knot on the ends here. So let's just do that then. Okay, so I would start, I guess there's no choice. You're gonna start at there's gonna be a knot on all these ends here. Unless, alright. So I'm gonna start here, right? Yeah, no, I'm gonna start here because you'll be able to hide that knot here. I mean, yes, we'll end up having a knot here, but we'll worry about that later. So we'll start here. We're gonna go we're gonna go here, 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 no, here, 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 here. Okay, so I'm going to lay down 2 squares, and I mean, you know, they're all different. I alternated the colors, so I don't know like how else you would plan putting these, but you want to make sure the wrong side shows. So let me show you this. See how you have nice separate stitching? I don't know, it just looks like it's a nice column. And then let's flip this over. It's kind of busy, you know, and it's kind of washed out. So this would be the wrong side, and then when you flip it over and go back to the stitch, you know, they're individual columns here. They're not as messy as the other side. This would be the right side. So I'm going to do these two. So let's diagonal this square, and I'm going to diagonal this square, and we're going to crochet these 2 pieces together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get these tails. I'm going to crochet them in to the project. So we have these 2 square pieces diagonal right now. We're going to be crocheting these 2 right now. We're just going to go down the line, but we'll start with these 2 squares. So we got that. I'm going to get my white yarn. This is the white leftover from the spool that I used. I think I have 4 white spools left. I want to grab the end. We are going to cast on to our hook, and as in every video, crochet video, I do my new stitches 3 times step by step, and then I'll go my normal pace thereafter. If you need to speed down or slow the video, click on the gear button in the corner. There's playback speed options that go slow or fast. If you don't need to hear me talking, you can lower the volume on your device and then click on the CC closed caption button. Alright, so we're going to take our end piece here, and I'm going to take my ring finger and pinky and hold it at the end with my thumb. Then I'm going to take my index and middle finger, and I'm going to hold apart the yarn like this. Then I'm going to grab the hook that came with the kit. I'm going to lie it perpendicular to the yarn, and then I'm going to go down, out, and around, and have the hook. You can slide it up and down very easily. Slide it down towards the thumb. Take your middle finger on your right hand and hold it where it crosses so that you can let go of your left. We're going to gather some yarn on our left finger, or left index. Then you're going to re-pinch the end here. I'm going to slide the hook down towards the thumb, and where it crosses, you just want to pinch with your middle finger. And once you got that, you can't slide the hook up and down anymore. You want to just yarn over like that and pull this strand through this loop off the hook like that. Then I'm going to overhand my hook. I'm going to re-pinch the end piece like this, and I'm going to push this knot towards my left thumb. You're going to see it get smaller, the knot get a little tighter. You want to push it till you can't push it down anymore. Then you're going to take your thumb and middle finger, and you're just going to pull a little bit more out of this knot to make it nice and snug. And then you're going to hold the knot with this thumb and this index finger, and we're going to slide it up towards the hook like that, and you're going to leave a little bit of a gap, and then we can start our single crochet stitches. So that is the stitch that we're going to use to put these pieces together. So in order to just make this simpler on this, you're going to take the wrong side, face it up, then you're going to sandwich, I just lost my hook. All right, we're going to sandwich the other side with the good side facing the good side, wrong side facing out. So you have wrong side on the outside. And all we're going to do is we're going to line up the stitches so the counts will be the same. So just make sure that if you're at a corner, you're at a corner. You don't want to be at, you know, these stitches, because that's not a corner. Okay, and like I said, the stitch count's going to be the same on every square, so make sure you line it up and it should be the same count. So we're going to start doing this with the slip stitch. You want to slip your hook into the corner. Now for the corners, what we're going to do, I guess we can do the same number of stitches that we did for every row, and in each corner for every row we did 4 with the 2 chains. So in this case we can do 4 single crochets in a chain. We'll see what we need out of that, but what I'm going to do first is do a slip stitch. So you put your hook into the corner like I did here. We're going to yarn over and you're going to pull up a loop, and then you're going to also pull this loop through this one right off the hook. Okay, so now we can start our single crochet stitches. So what you want to do is chain 1. This is going to be the height of our single crochet stitch. So to chain stitch, you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull this through this loop, and that's a chain 1. Okay. Then I'm going to do 2 single crochet stitches in this corner, like we did, oh no, 3. Wow, not 2, we did 3. I don't know if we still need 3. Fine, let's keep it the same and do it 3. We did 3 double crochets in each corner of each row. We'll do 3 single crochet stitches in each corner of each for this sew together or crochet together. So stick your hook into the corner. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That is 1 single crochet stitch, and then you have your little chain stitch here for the height. Alright, next put your hook into the corner. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So we have 2 single crochet stitches and our chain stitch. One more time with you guys. So we're going to put our hook into the corner, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So now we have 3 single crochet stitches and our chain stitch. So now you know that from here on out we have groups of 3. So just make sure you just keep that count, and you should not have any issues missing count. But at the same time, you can also look at your stitches and line them up so that you know you're hitting your 3 stitches per space every time. Alright, so put your hook into the next stitch. We're going to put it on the first square, and then we're going to put it in the second square. So altogether we just had put 4 loops, if you can see that, but it's only 2 braids, 2 stitches, and then you have your loop from before. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull up a loop, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So let's do this again. Into the next stitch, the first square, into the next stitch, the second square. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, again into the next stitch, put in your hook first in the first square, You're going to put in your hook in the second square. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. See what we're creating here? Alright, so the next bank of 3 double crochet stitches that we had from the row below, I'm also going to be crocheting this extra piece in the project too. So into the next stitch, the first square, you want to make sure that this excess piece is over the hook, not under the hook, because it'll show on the good side. So make sure it's over the hook. Then we're going to put our hook into the next stitch of the second square. Okay, and then we're going to crochet, single crochet stitch this all together. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Let's do this again. Into the next stitch, first square, put the excess piece right over the hook, not under the hook. Then into the next stitch of the second square, and then we're going to yarn over. You're going to pull up a loop, we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, one more time with you guys. So into the next stitch of the first square, put the excess piece over the hook. We're going to put our hook into the next stitch of the second square, yarn over, we're going to pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Alright, so we've done the corner, this first bank of 3, this second bank of 3. Let me just show you what the other side looks like. So if you had done this right with the excess piece on top of the hook, you should not see any excess piece sticking out, and you should just see kind of like nothing, like it just fused together. And we have this corner here. So now that we have an idea of how to work this, again, you can rewind the video and play it back slow, but I'm just gonna move on to the next corner at my own pace. And again, all single crochet stitches. Okay. And you want to make sure that you're putting your hook into the right stitch. You want to make sure that your excess piece is being put on top of your hook. And once you do this over and over again, and we have 13 squares, you guys, you're going to become advanced at this. And you can take your own different color yarns and make the same project different colors, or you can make fine yarn with the similar color and make another one as a gift. And as you can imagine, once you create the granny square, I think I said this in my previous video, that just opens the doors for you to be able to make a blanket, because a blanket is, potentially easier than this. You don't have to stagger your blocks. They can be nice and simple, and it's the same thing over and over again till you make it as big as you want. So knowing these projects and doing them gives you the capability to make so many more projects on your own, and they become really good gifts. And if you think about it, they're kind of cheap gifts. If you buy yarn at a store, they come in a pound sometimes. I mean, and that's a lot of yarn. You can make so much with 1 pound of yarn. Okay. Now we got the 2 strands because I picked up the tail on the second square. So now I'm at the next corner, knowing that we're going to be right here and we still have 2 other blocks to add to this mix. We're going to be going across. We're going to be going across this way at some point. So we're going to stick to the same number that we've put in every corner of each square. So now I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches into this corner. So 1, 2, and 3. So now I'm at a crossroads. You could just go here, tie it off, and then figure out the rest, or you can go down this way. I'm gonna go straight across, and then you can decide what you want to do with this. You can just cut it off, you can continue with it, you can make one end go in a different direction. And I might just do that because I don't want to make this too thick, because if you keep adding these tail pieces, it'll make that single crochet stitch thicker. But what I'm going to do now is grab 2 more pieces and I'm going to lie them across. Remember to do the wrong side down, and to make sure of that, we're going to turn it over. You can see the individual columns. They're not too bad, too messy. You turn it over, and then you've got all this stuff here. It's kind of harder to see the individual columns without pulling it apart. So this is the wrong side, and then you want to make sure you situate your tail. I'm going to put it this way, so let's lay this down like this. Take another square, same thing, pick the wrong side, let it face up. Then we're going to figure out how we're going to situate this. I'm going to do it this way, I guess. Okay, so now what we're going to do, the same thing we did before. I'm going to make the wrong side face outward and the right side sandwiched together inside. Like this. We have our corner that we share. I'm gonna go and pick up my feeder yarn here, wrap it around my finger a few times. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump to the next corner of the 2 squares we're gonna add on. Put your hook into the corners of the 2 new squares. We're gonna make sure we lie that shorter tail over the hook as well. We're going to do 3 single crochet stitches in this corner. So 1, 2, 3, all right, and then I'm going to lay this back out just to show you what this is going to look like. All right. So we have our 3 on this corner, 3 on this corner. When we get to this side, we're going to have 3 on this corner, 3 on this corner. It's going to look really nice. Okay, so the reason why I'm going this path is because this is going to be the longest route without having to cut the yarn and start over. Okay, so same thing that we did. We're just going to line these up, and we're going to do single crochet stitches across, and I am going to do this in silence because from here on out it's going to be repetitive, but I will stop it at each junction and show you how I'm going to put them together. So we did up to here. We're going to turn the corner. So we are going to do the same thing that we've done for these corners, but this time I'm going to chain 1 in between the 3 single crochet stitches, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we have this square, this square, this square, this square, and then the 2 below it. We're not going to add anything just yet. We're going to complete 3 single crochet stitches first and a chain 1 before we add this one. So let's pull out another square. Let's situate where we want to have our tail. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. Now let's do our 3 single crochet stitches in our corner. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to chain 1, so yarn over, pull up a loop. Now I'm not going to be sewing crocheting this side. We're just using the single square here on our left, but we're going to join this square right here. So the one that we're holding is this one. We're going on this side. We have to add this side. So again, line up your corners. We're going to be sticking our hook into both corners of both squares, of each square. We're laying our excess over the hook. Okay, we did our chain 1. We're going to do another 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's just stop and look where we are. So we have these 4 and this new one. I'm gonna lay this out here so it should look like this. Okay, we have our little corner here, corner here. We're going to single crochet down this side. I'm going to add this square and this square. Okay. And I guess I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I guess I can I'll go my normal speed and then I'll stop and I'll show you how to add these 2 squares. And man, this autofocus is killing me right now. Alright. Well, that changed things up a bit, but I don't want it to autofocus on me anymore. Alright, let's get this done. Okay, so we've done these squares here. All right, we're gonna add this square and this square. So let's get 2 more squares. Okay. Well, actually we're gonna turn the corner, so we're only gonna add 1 square, sorry. Okay. So here we have that intersection here, right here. We're gonna put the wrong side down. Let's figure out where we want to do our excess piece. So I guess we can put that here. No, I'll just put it here. Okay. So we're gonna go around in this corner. We're gonna go right here. Okay. So let's sandwich this. We're gonna have to turn this the other way. Okay. Let's turn this around here. We've sandwiched the right side to the inside and the wrong side to the outside. All right. So we did 3 single crochet stitches. I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to stick our hook into the corner of 1 square, the corner of the new square, and we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to have to do this connection another time. Okay. But let's focus on this side. We're going to go straight to the end. We'll stop here, and then I'll add another square. So here we are with our bag. We have, I have to fold this in half. We have this, let me see, so, okay, this actually from this. Next we have to add this block down here, and we're going to continue this way. So we've gone up here, we're going to do a zigzag all the way to get these, most of the blocks connected, and then we'll have to do this last one. So grab another block, and again, you can do this your own way. We're doing this right now. Okay, so let's move this up. All right, and then again, sandwich your bad side. So this is the good side. We're gonna flip it to the bad side, and I guess I'm going to line it up like this, have the excess piece out here. Okay, and then right. So, all right, we did the 3 single crochet stitches. I'm gonna just do a chain stitch. When you're not going straight, like we did here, if you're not going straight, you'll have to do the chain stitch, because when you curve around the corner, you want to have that extra chain. But when we started, we're going straight, we don't need to add the chain. When we went around this corner, we're going to go around this corner, we're going to do our chain 1. So we chained 1, we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches in the new square corner, and then in the second square corner, we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. Oops. And for some reason, I mean, the quality of the yarn is not terrible, but it's still easily splittable. When you put your hook in, you can accidentally split it in half like this. For some reason, I'm doing that a lot in this project, so I hope I don't screw up and have to undo anything, because then I'm going to have a hard time. If your yarn is not clear every time and you split your thread somehow, it's going to be very hard to undo any of your stitches. So just be mindful of that. I'm just going to get some more yarn here. Okay, so I did my 3 single crochet stitches. Now I'm going back to this regular banks of 3 double crochet stitches across the whole side. And if you are a sewer, which I would love to do, you could then take a piece of cloth, however, you know, whatever material you want to use for the inside of your bag, cut it to the shape of the pattern of your bag, and then you can sew it on the inside, so that when we complete this sewing of the bag here, you will have a nice lining. Because as you see with these granny squares, there's holes in it. So if you know, obviously you wouldn't put like a pen or anything small enough that could slip through those holes. There was a question that I will be answering in my comments. There was a question about the bag being stretched. So it will automatically stretch in the wash. So I wouldn't recommend putting anything really heavy in here, because you'll just stretch it even further. Unless you do line it with like a burlap or something strong. I say burlap because it's the only fabric I know that's strong like that. I'm not a sewer, so I don't think burlap would be the best choice for lining this really beautiful delicate bag. Okay, so we got to the end. I did my 3 single crochets at that corner. So if you see here, we're going to be sewing it like this. So where we are in our project, we are, oops, sorry, I hit the camera. All right, so we are right here. So like we did before at this junction, we are just going to go around, but we are going to add this square. So we have this one, we're going to add another square. So grab another square. All right, and then we want to again situate this wrong side down, and we're going to line this along the side here. Okay, so because we're just turning the corner, we're going to do a chain, but I'm going to stick my hook into the same corner, stick my hook into the new square's corner, and we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to gather more yarn here. Okay, and then we're gonna follow the stitching on both squares. So comment below, let me know how you're doing with this. I know it's like it could be a little confusing, but again, I'm doing it this way to lessen the amount of times that we're going to be making knots in our project. And trying to also avoid making that knot at the opening of the bag, so that at least if we do have knots, they're all hidden inside our little bag here. Okay, and in case if you can hear any background noise, we do have the NFL draft going, so hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that. But it's always something going on here in our little apartment. So I don't know. I can imagine this is about the middle of the video, and I will be mentioning this again at the end of the video. But I am doing another live at 5. I always do my live at 5s on Friday unless I've got something going on. But last week I did the B Crafter Square B crochet kit. I'm going to be continuing that tomorrow, or hopefully get this out Thursday night, because obviously I'm talking about Friday. But yeah, I hope I get this out. But I'm gonna complete that, but I'm gonna do some unboxings. I have a few. I have like a couple of nail items, but then I do have a bunch of crochet kits that I wanted to present to you guys. So I'm now starting to incorporate crochet into my lives. So feel free to stop on by, say hi. Okay, now we have done up to here. We're going to go here, so we're going to add in a new square. So go grab another square. Okay. We're going to face this way. And I want to situate my excess piece. I don't know, I guess I'll just have it go like this, right? Then I'm gonna want to hold it. You always want your available stitches on the left side if you're a righty, and if you're a lefty, you want those stitches on your right side. I'm both, but I'm doing this for righty. So we did our 3 single crochet stitches. I'm going to do my chain stitch, and then I'm going to go into the new corner of the new square, and then I'm going to go into the same corner of the second square that I was just using, and we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and again, be mindful of that tail. Make sure it's on top of your hook and not underneath it, because you want to hide that stitch in your project. It's a lot of parts that we are working with. It gets difficult when you're just a beginner and you're doing 1 square, but we're doing 2 squares and tails, excess pieces. So it can get a little difficult trying to manhandle all of them at once. Alright, that's probably going to be copywritten on my, you know. Oh well. Okay, if you see me muting some of this stuff, it's because I probably had to avoid copywriting. Alright, I'm reaching the corner here, doing 3 single crochet stitches. And then we're going to see what else I have to do down here in this bag. But it's getting pretty big now. I mean, those squares add up. So I'm very curious to see how big this bag is going to be. I think the instructions usually give the size of it, but you can never tell until you actually put it all together. Alright, so we added this square. I am here. We're going to add a square, and we're going to go down this way. So grab another square. Okay. And then we're going to situate this just as so. I'm trying to find the right place for this. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. Okay. Again, I'm going to do my chain stitch. I'm going to stick my hook into the existing square that we have on here. Put my hook into the corner of the new square. Make sure this excess piece is lying over the hook, and then I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do all the stitches on this side. So as you see, it's pretty repetitive. Not bad. It's just having to sit down and do this. and then trying to figure out the configurations. Gonna have to get a new spool of white soon, because the first one that I've used is finally running out. Okay. One, two, three. I did 3 single crochet stitches in the corner. Let me go ahead and see what we've got going on right now. Check up where we're at. You can kind of see that we might be at the very bottom now. So I attached this square. We are actually right here. So we are going to add another square, but we're just going to turn this corner. So grab another square here and attach it on this side. You can figure out where you're going to put your excess piece. Alright, now I got to flip all this stuff this way, because I am working with my righty. Okay. So we are going to chain 1, of course. And then I'm going to go into the existing corner, and then the new corner of the new square. I'm going to put the excess piece over the hook, and then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do each of these stitches. Okay, and then, you know, I gotta see actually how long this video is. I know that it's taking a lot, but we are constructing this together. I want to make sure that you guys are able to put this all together. I could have done just a few squares, but I really just wanted to show you how to connect everything as long as you possibly can to reduce the amount of knots. But I have to see how long this video is, because we still have to do the handle after this. So but I've noticed on the part 1 video, I got a lot of views on that. I've been meaning to put this video out since last year. Actually, I found this at the Target last year, and it was before Thanksgiving I found it, so who knows how long it's been there. But I've just been so backlogged with all these kits. So, and then I did get some new ones from Target, so we'll see if you guys need that one. Okay, so I have this left. I didn't show you in the granny squares, but I did accidentally cut some when I was working on the granny squares, so I'm just going to show you how I tie two spools together, because that's exactly what you're going to end up doing if you had not needed it already. But like I do, I kind of go inside the yarn. I grab random, you know, hoping that the end is here. So sometimes I look out, but when you pull the end, it keeps you from having to pull from the outside, and then this whole thing rolls. It's a good thing to practice. Because the only thing you gotta do is pull out enough yarn, because sometimes in the beginning the skein is too tight, and you have to pull some out, otherwise you'll be dragging it. Look at this. Okay, I'm just gonna trim this. This somehow got frayed in manufacturing. Oh, and then I did that. You want to make sure you want all of them pretty even, so that when you attach your piece, the way that they do it in manufacturing, they just do one of these simple knots, but I do it twice. You can do it 3 times if you don't want it to slip out, but that makes a bigger knot. When you do just 2 times, you get the small one, but don't pull on it too tight, because you'll undo it fairly quickly. And then if it's not close enough, just the motion of moving the yarn will unravel it, so just be careful. But I'll do something like that just to connect 2 pieces together, 2 skeins together. Okay. So now I'm just gonna go back, complete this last bit. But we are well on our way. We are now, after this, gonna do the other side. Okay. I'll probably gift this, because I'm not a bag person. I have grocery shopping bags, but that's about it. I do book bags and I do pockets. So I do make my own scarves with pockets, but I can't wear that all year round. See, I accidentally pulled it a lot. So you just got to make sure that there's tension in this knot here, and that you kind of stay away from pulling it too hard. You just want it enough to stay together. Your crocheting will actually keep it together. So I do my chain 1. I'm gonna do well, before I do that, let me show you the next part before I do it without you. I'm gonna take another square. We're going to situate this again to get that excess piece in a decent spot. I am flipping it the wrong way. We're going to sandwich this down in this side here. Okay, and now we have a lot to deal with. We've got all these frills and stuff, and this one here wants to come loose. Okay, so make sure you gather all of those pieces together. I'm going to stick my hook into the corner that we have already. Then I'm going to stick my hook into the second square, the new one we're going to add, and we're going to do our 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Right, then we're going to do our stitch to stitch here. It's getting really hard to see with all this stuff. So just bear with me. We know we're doing the same thing that we've been doing this whole entire time. It's just we have a lot of excess pieces we have to address. Okay. And then I got rid of most of them. I only have one strand left, so that should be easier to work with. Okay. Oh boy. Gonna have a lot of copywriting to do. I mean, clipping, editing to do. Okay, we're at the corner, so we're gonna do our 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So where we are at now, we're gonna do this only. This is the only side we have to do. So we're just gonna turn the corner. We gotta grab our little excess piece here. I'm gonna rotate this so that I can have easier access to this thing. I'm going to do my chain stitch. And then I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches into that corner. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we're going to go stitch for stitch. Yeah. I think Dexter hair is everywhere. Anybody have a pet? Their hair, no matter what, ends up everywhere. But I'm going to end up washing this. You should always wash yarn that you get. You never know. Sometimes they have spools of yarn just sitting in the warehouse collecting dust. But I always wash my projects after I am done with them. Okay, let's see where we're at. I think we have a huge hole here now, so we can probably figure out where we're going next. But you just line up your squares. So we're gonna be, this is the 2 that we started with in the beginning. We're gonna crochet this side, and then I'm gonna turn around to this side and go straight across. So let me just gather up some yarn here. And we just have one more square to add, but it's going to be in a different area. So I was able to connect 12 squares without having to cut the yarn and pick another spot to connect to. So that's, you know, that's what I'm trying to do when I'm planning out these things. It just makes it a lot cleaner. Okay, so I'm going to take the corner now of the existing and the corner of this nearby square, the first 2 squares that we were using, put the excess piece over. Oh wait, did I do my chain 1? Let's do my chain 1. Chain 1, so yarn over, chain 1, and I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches in this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then stitch for stitch. Hi, buddy. Dexter's here. He wants to contribute more of his hair to this project. Right, buddy? Okay. Chain 1, so that we already can do it. So right now, this is the only slot we have to put together as our next move. So I'm going to do that. Right, so where are we? Okay. So in this corner, I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do stitch for stitch. What are you doing, buddy? He's sniffing the camera. He's not a fan of the camera. Whatever takes the attention away from him, he doesn't like. Yikes. Okay, and then remember, this is one of the first blocks that we crocheted together. So this is the one that we're going to go straight across, and I'll show you what I mean when I get there, which I almost am. Yeah, we got a corner. I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 2, 3. So I'm going to lay this out like this, and you see these two were the first squares we did. We're going to go straight across to crochet this last piece. We do have a little excess piece here, but all right, we chained one, did we? Nope. Oh, we don't have to chain one, we're going straight. I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches in the corner, and I just hit the camera again. And again. I do that all the time. Okay, and then we're going to go stitch for stitch. Let me get more yarn. Okay. I don't know, I feel like this is so much that I should probably just make a part 3 for the handle. Because this is really, we still have, actually we have the handle and the edging, so I think I am going to make a separate video for that, because this is a little mind-blowing. You really got to focus on the organization of the squares and the formation of it as well. I mean, I could, you know, you could always simplify it and keep cutting the yarn, but this is just easier for me just because I just like the end result to be nice and clean. But this is a lot. And it's a school night. Then we have the corner. I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches, and then we're going to look at the plan and see what we're going to do next, because we do have one more to connect to, but we're already here at this edge, and rather than have to stop, cut, add that extra piece, we can just continue with the right side. So the square that we have to add is this one. We don't have this one yet. We could stop here and cut it. Maybe I should, just so that we have all the pieces laid out. So yeah, and then I can just tuck away the end piece when we start doing the blues. So we did 3 crochet stitches. I'm just gonna give like a tail on this. I'm cutting it, and I'm gonna fasten off. And how we do this is you yarn over the hook and you pull it through the loop all the way out, and then we're gonna just tighten up that knot by pulling on it. Okay, so then we're gonna cast on again, and I'm gonna do this again for you guys. So ring finger, pinky thumb, index and middle finger, we're gonna hold this apart. With your hook, we're gonna lie it perpendicular to the yarn. We're gonna go down, out, and around. So you can slide this up and down, slide it down to your thumb, take your middle finger and just hold it where it crosses. Let go of your hand there. We're gonna wrap some yarn around our finger, pinch the thumb and your middle finger on the end of this yarn. We're gonna slide the hook towards your thumb again, and where it crosses we're going to pinch so that you can no longer slide this up and down. You're going to yarn over. Oh, goodness. We're going to yarn over. Hold on, I let go of my pinch. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull this yarn through this loop like that. Then over, put your hand over your hook. We're going to repinch this end, and we're going to push the knot towards your left thumb. So push that knot down till it becomes tight. And then after that happens, you can take this piece here and just pull it out a little bit more to tighten up that knot, just a little bit, not too tight. We're going to grab the knot and we're going to slide it up to the hook. Leave some space here. So now we just have to do this side, and we're going to do, I guess we can start here. We'll end up here. So let's grab our last square. Oh, I've got a lot. Right. I'm going to be attaching it to this end and to this end. So I'm going to grab my square. Okay. We're going to go at the corner, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. So into the new corner of the new square, into the corner of the square I was showing you. We're going to do a slip stitch, so yarn over, pull up a loop, and then we're going to pull that loop through this other loop all the way off the hook. And then we can start our 3 single crochet stitches, but I'm going to chain 1 for the height like I did in the very beginning. So yarn over and pull through the loop to chain 1, and then 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to go stitch for stitch again, all the way around this the two sides of the square. Okay. And I think after this we still got to keep crocheting on the wrong side for the blue and the red. So just be mindful of that. Life is a struggle right now. I'm juggling two tail end pieces and two squares. Oops. Yeah, make sure that the tail end pieces are over your hook, not under it, because then it won't collect in your stitch. Okay, now that I've reached the corner, I'm going to do my 3 single crochet stitches. One, 2, 3. We're going to chain 1. And let me gather up some yarn here because we got that one last side to do. Okay. Alright, I gotta grab all of this. And we're gonna crochet these last sides together. It's a lot. Alright, we chained 1. We're gonna go back into this corner and back into the next square corner adjacent to this block. And I'm going to, what is this, 4 pieces? We're gonna put that in 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're gonna go stitch for stitch. I have no idea why they had you choose 6 inches. I guess if you were to weave it in the granny square, but like I'm doing here, you can just hide it. And I think if you're just hiding it, you know, 3-4 inches, I think would be all right. I don't know what that was. Okay, and then at the corners I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So let's see what the order is. If red's next, I'm going to fasten this off. Join your squares together in a pattern above. See black lines using a single crochet stitch on the wrong side of the squares. Next, join the squares with marked with red lines together. So we're doing red, so I'm just going to fasten this off. So like I did with the other side, I'm just going to cut this. Okay, and to fasten off, you just yarn over and you pull all the way out and tighten this up, and just so that we can see what's going on here. Look at this. I mean, it's not going to fit because my camera is so small, but we did it. We did all this. We laid it out. It's all connected. Okay, so the next steps we're going to do is we're going to crochet the red sides. So that would be this section here. So this is the middle, and this gets folded in half because this will be the bottom. So we're crocheting this side, and then we're going to crochet this side. So let's start on the right side. I've got my yarn here. I'm going to show you how to cast on one more time, in total of 3 times this video. So ring, pinky, thumb, index, and middle finger hold apart. Take your hook, lie it perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around, make a loop, so you can slide this up and down. Slide it down to your thumb, take your middle finger here and just hold it where it crosses. Let go of your left hand. We're going to gather up some yarn on your finger, re-pinch the end. You're going to slide this towards your thumb and just pinch it where it crosses so that it can't move. We're going to yarn over and pull this through the loop. Overhand your hook. Re-pinch the end piece here, and we're going to push the knot towards our left thumb. Push it till the knot is tight enough, right? And then once you get to that point, you can take your thumb and middle finger and just pull this to make it a little bit tighter. Then I'm going to slide this knot up towards the hook, and then we can start doing our single crochet stitches with at the red marked areas. Are you back again, little boy? Hi, are you alright? Do you want anything? I already fed you, so you should be good. Alright, so I'm going to take these 2 pieces and we're going to crochet them together. So this would be the red part. Just double check. Okay. And just so I don't have to end on the outside, I'm gonna go in this way so that I end up in the inside of the bag and not on the outside. So hook into the corner and hook into this corner of this square. We're gonna do a slip stitch. So yarn over and pull up a loop, and then pull that loop through this one like that. You're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches in this corner. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to do stitch for stitch till we get to the other end. And I've been splitting this yarn this whole entire time, you guys. I'm just really tired. I did put in a full day of work. And so now I'm doing this for you guys. And I tried to fix it if the hook split the yarn, but it was just too many. I mean, this yarn feels nice and soft, but the threading is just really loose. And in my mind, that's not great quality, because I've had super soft yarn that is really twisted nice and tight to where it's hard to get a hook in between those thread pieces. So, and you know, I know I'm talking like too much, but if you can get the yarn that's shaggy, you can make a really cute shaggy bag. Just saying, food for thought. Okay. And then for this corner, we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and then I'm going to cut. This piece doesn't have to be too long, but I'm going to fasten this off here if you want, because this is just flapping in the wind. You can use a stitch and do another fasten off on this side just to connect it. If you want, you can weave this, but it's inside the bag. So I am just gonna cut these extra pieces if I see them. Alright, and then we have to do the other side. So I showed you how to cast on with the slip knot 3 times already. I'm going to do this one more time just at my pace so that it's faster. I kind of don't, you know, I've removed a lot of step-by-steps when I do it, because after you do it for a while, it kind of just becomes automatic and real quick that you don't really need to do the step-by-step. But now we're going to take the other red side and we're going to crochet these pieces together. I am going to do the same thing and start from the outside in so that we don't have excess pieces sticking out of the side of our bag. They may ultimately be covered when we do the blue side, but you just never know. So it's always safe practice to make things look good every time, if you can. Okay. Again, apologize. The draft. It's like it's an important holiday here at the household. All right, I'm going to do a slip stitch. Then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches in this corner. 1, 2, 3, and then stitch for stitch. I hope I didn't leave out any of my tails. You could always flip back and check to see, and I probably should have been doing that this whole time, but I think I got everything. If I didn't, I can show you how to fix it. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Oh man. I'm just grabbing threads everywhere. Okay. Then I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches in this corner. 2, 3. Then I'm going to cut off a bit of this. And we are going to fasten this off. And like I said before, you can come in the stitch nearby and fasten it off here too, just so that you close up that corner. Alright, so I can't lay this flat anymore. We did our red parts, which are these 2 parts here. So when we flip this inside out, we will end up getting those corners for the bottom of the bag. But we're going to move on to the blue, and then I think that will be it. I feel like this video is already long. You know, I never check that till later, so I have a feeling it's going to be long. Alright. So we're taking these blues, and we're going to sew, I gotta stop saying sew. We're going to crochet it up to this. Alright, so let's focus on that first, because I really can't visually see it right now to try to do all in one piece. So let's focus on this and that. Well, let's start on the right side. We've been starting on the right side, so let's focus on this first and then this. So let me try to lay this out. We've got the red here. I know, this is where I gotta flip it. It's upside down. Okay, so we did the red, this and this. I know, it's so now that we put these 2, this is here. So this would be this side. All right, if this point here is where these 2 meet, it's this point and this point, then we have to take this side, which is this side, and then this side, and we've got to crochet these 2 together. So let's fold it down like this. All right, so I'm going to lay this way so it's nice and flat for me. I'm going to cast on with a slip knot. The more and more I look at this, the more yellow it looks to me. All right. Okay. I'm going to gather up some yarn around my finger. Okay. We're going to stick the hook into the corners right here and then right here. We're going to do a slip stitch. Oh gosh, that didn't work out. Let's do it again. Alright, we're going to do a slip stitch. And we're going to chain 1. And we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, whoop, 2, and 3. Then we're going to do stitch for stitch. Okay. Then at the corner we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. Okay. And then I'm going to fasten this off. It's a madhouse over here. Cut this little piece. Okay. Fasten it off. Then I'm going to take this corner here and just fasten it off on this side as well. Okay, we did one side. Hopefully I'll be able to decipher what this, it looks so different after you start putting it together. So on this side, this is where the A is. All right, we're gonna do this side and this side together. And I'm going to be going from the outside in, so I'm gonna flip this to the other side here. Okay. Oops. All right. I'm going to cast on with the slip knot. Okay. Nope. We're gonna put some yarn around my finger here. Okay, then we're gonna go corner to corner. Right, slip stitch, chain 1, and then 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then stitch for stitch. This is getting pretty intense. And I'm anticipating to see what it looks like when I'm done with this. At least at this stage, I want to flip it inside out like as soon as. Okay, and then when we get to that corner, 3 single crochet stitches. And then I'm going to cut this off. There's a little piece here I'm going to take off. Alright, we're going to fasten this off here. And I'm going to take the other side and pick a stitch to fasten off at this side. Okay. And the more we do this, the less flat this is going to be. So I don't even know where I am right now. But yeah, so we did this blue up to this blue, this blue up to this blue. We have one more left. We're going to do this over there. So I got to find the bigger side, which I believe is this side here. And I have to sew. Help me. Definitely, I think we have to do this side to this side. I think. Yeah. And what is this? See, I did miss one. Let me just check real quick if I missed any. Oh, look. I did miss one here. If this happens, just come up from the wrong side and go in right next to where the excess piece is. We're just gonna yarn over and pull it through to get to the wrong side. Excuse me. And from here you can take a stitch and fasten off. And you can weave it if you want. You can fasten it another, like you just need a point of where it's secure to where it won't flap around. And then after all this, I'm gonna cut down the lengths of these excess pieces anyway. But that's how you would do that. But I guess I should check. I should have checked before, but I didn't. Any more pieces left? This piece here just happened to be not long enough when we were hiding. Let's see. This one too. Okay, I think that's all right. I thought there were more. Oh, here, this one. Okay, so we just come up from the wrong side, right next to where that piece is. We're going to yarn over and drag it into the wrong side here. Right, pull it all the way out. Then I'm going to take a couple of stitches and fasten it off. So we make sure that this excess piece won't move to the right side of your project. Alright, so let me just fasten this, cast on. I think that was it. But let me just cast this on real quick so that it's already ready to go. And we are going to do the last two sides of crocheting together. And then in the next video, we're going to do the edging and the handle. And it was very ambitious for me to think I could do all of it in the second one. But not only am I getting tired, I think this thing is taking way longer than I thought it would. So here's the bottom end here. This. We're going to be crocheting the sides. So that would be this. And we're going to move it all the way up here overhead. So that would be, here's the two pieces. This is the third. We're going to be putting these sides together. So I got to flip this because I am a righty today. I'm going to flip this so that I can have my squares be on the right side for a righty. I'm gonna get some yarn on my finger. Buddy, you are just in the way. He is sitting closer and closer to where I'm filming. I mean, any closer and he can stick his nose under the camera. Anyway, corner on this side, corner on the other side. We're going to do a slip stitch, 3 single crochet stitches, and then stitch for stitch all the way across. Right, buddy? Right? You're too cute. I don't know, he might be here for moral support. You know, maybe he is not hungry. He's always hungry. He already ate his dinner, and I don't know what he wants. He might want me to go to bed, actually. It's probably, I don't know, 10, 11. And there's still stuff that I gotta do after this. So, boss is telling me what to do. Oh, this one only has 2. Yeah, I'll just put 2 in one. I did so many of these squares real quick. I didn't, you know, I missed every now and then. I'll miss like a 3 group and make it only 2. And I'll be like, oh. Rather than redo it, I just kept going. At the corner, do 3 single crochet stitches. Oh wait, what is this here? Okay, 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, and grab my scissor here. Fasten it off. And on this side, fasten it off. And then we're going to do the other side. But I'm just going to cast this on already so that it's ready to go. Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened there. Alright, let's do the other side. Okay, so I got this side and this side. I'm gonna try tucking in all this stuff. Because that was the side that had those tails, and I said, oh, maybe I'll be able to hide it. So I'm going to take that opportunity now. Alright. So we're going to do a slip stitch onto these corners here. Make sure you grab all the excess pieces that we can possibly hide in this project. This one's going to be a little difficult. I can't even control it. So, slip stitch, and then chain 1, and then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then stitch for stitch all the way across. This only, yeah, I did only 2 for this one too, so I'm just gonna double up on this stitch. I was really just trying to get these done. I was hoping to get this done yesterday, the filming all together, and that didn't work out. Okay, last stitch, and then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches in this corner. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we're going to cut this fasten it off. Thanks. Then fasten it off to the nearby stitch here. Alright. Gonna go in now and just cut off the excess pieces anywhere that I see them. And after I do this, I'm going to flip it inside out. Okay, I think I got them all. I'm gonna flip this inside out and we're gonna see what we're looking at. And it's too big for the camera, so I'm flipping it like outside of the view camera. So here is the bottom. It's looking pretty cute. That's the bottom there. The sides, or the one side, and then I'm going to flip it to the top opening of the bag. So here's the wrong side here, here's the right side. So it's on top of each other here, and we're going to put some beautiful edging, a handle. It's going to look all great. I'm really loving the look. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to fit all this. My workspace is this big, so if you have one granny square, this is what I'm working with. This is the filming area. But anyway, alright, so when we come back, and you know what, there's a piece here that's bothering me. Okay. When we come back, we did all this, you guys. If you got through this, look at everything that you've done. This is amazing. When we come back, we're going to do the finish to the top edge. We're going to be doing, it looks like we're going to be doing single crochet stitches. Okay. Leave the ends. We're going to add the handles. And then it's going to look like this, hopefully. So, pretty excited. At any rate, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. I really don't know how long this video is. I don't even know if I'm going to make it because there's a lot of songs in the background and I'm not too sure if this microphone picked it up. But we'll see what happens. Join me in part 3 of this video series. Click on that notification bell. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.